Well, joining us once again this afternoon is former FEMA presidential appointee Mark Neveau. Always a pleasure to have you on. Mark, let's talk more about this partnership. Explain a little bit more about what FEMA in particular will handle at this site.
Hi, good afternoon, Heather. It's similar to disasters where FEMA is a coordinating agency. The president has tapped FEMA to come in and coordinate the different agencies particular to the vaccine site. In particular, they're using the Department of Defense nurses and doctors, Army Corps of Engineers, Health and Human Services. And so FEMA's there to coordinate, but they've also spread the responsibility as to who's doing what. For instance, FEMA will handle security, ambulances and emergency medical technicians, equipment, supplies, vaccines, medical supplies, and IT. The state's requested to handle security in partnership with the federal government, a site location, IT systems, and IT training. And the Department of Defense will handle vaccinators, vaccine preparers, medical screeners, nurses, pharmacy, etc. So it is a great partnership going on across all levels of government.
It certainly is, and as you indicated there, each level of government kind of has their own role, their own responsibility. Talk a little bit, Mark, about why California was chosen for this first-in-the-nation site.
Yeah, as California goes, we're unique again. And what happened in this particular case is they wanted to locate the first pilot mass vaccination center, as directed by the president, in an area that typically is not served well by medical plans and financial resources. Thus, they chose Oakland Coliseum as a site, number one. But number two, it's the partnership between the governor, Mark Geraducci, who is the head of Cal OES, Office of Emergency Services, and a gentleman by the name of Bob Fenton, who is the regional administrator for the San Francisco Western States area, who is now the acting head of FEMA. So because he has a relationship in California with the governor, with Mr. Geraducci, they wanted to start the process here and get all the kinks out now.
Okay, let's move on to the expectations at these sites because they are high, Mark. Do you think, though, that vaccine supply will become an issue?
It could be. Now, here's how they've addressed that. They've got 4 levels of sites, 1 through 4, the first one being 250 vaccinations a day, up to 6,000 a day, which is what the Coliseum will ultimately be doing. Supply is the question. That's why the president has gone about and said, we are going to purchase 200 million doses of vaccine. That lets the manufacturers know that they don't have to worry about a financial obligation. He has also utilized the Defense Production Act to be able to use raw materials in the process of not only the vaccine, but needles, protective equipment for those people who are working there, vials, all types of different things necessary to support this. So to your question, they're working on it. I believe they can get it done, and there will be adequate supply.
Okay, and as you mentioned, though, various sites will be responsible for administering a different number of vaccinations. Mark, before I let you go, obviously, a lot of eyes are going to be on Oakland, California to see how this partnership evolves and, as you said, to work out all of the kinks. What will be the major issues that will need to be addressed in order to make this a real success?
Like any major operation, it focuses and hinges upon logistics. Having enough people there, having enough vaccine, having all the supplies, ancillary supplies like we talked about, and the coordination. Remember, there are other sites going on and people are doing great work in terms of pharmacies getting out and doing long-term care vaccinations. So there are different things that have to be coordinated, and that is the challenge here. It's the logistics, supply, and coordinating so many different individuals and agencies striving for one common goal.
Yeah, and that goal is to finally beat back this pandemic. All right, Mark Neveau, former FEMA presidential appointee. Really appreciate it, Mark. Thank you.
You're welcome, Heather.